Well, so far I've gotten a lot of questions, obviously about the macro conditions, and everyone's worried if there's a double-dip recession, and with the macro indicators there. Secondly, a lot of questions about how the institutions in particular are reacting to that. So a lot of the questions that I've had throughout the day are whether or not we're seeing a predominance of buying or selling from the institutions, how they're reacting to particular stocks, what the sentiment is overall, which again is evidence of how buried it is within the overall market. It's tough to pick up the trail of any given institution if you're looking at the overall market, particularly during a volatile time frame like this. Well, what we'd like to do is lift the veil off of what the institutional sentiment is, what is going on with the stock from an institutional perspective. We firmly believe that the best activity an IR can do is to engage directly with institutional investors, and sometimes it's hard to pick up the signal of when that's actually having a positive effect on the stock. So the more transparency that we can provide, and the more control we can give back to the IRs in what is a very volatile market, we think we leave them better off and in a better position to make long-term capital markets decisions for their companies. Infrared is 2 years old, and at this point we have over 500 users on Infrared in partnership with New York Stock Exchange. Infrared is an application that lets issuers see what institutional investors are thinking about their stock in terms of the actual trading activity that's happening purely from an institutional perspective. This is invaluable information given all the participants in the market. Really, there's a lot of noise out in the overall market, and having a read on just what the institutional investors think is vital to long-term investor targeting and capital markets planning for publicly traded companies.